Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button, also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest of boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit that bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, the channel donations, and also the Patreon patrons. We working. Now, it is fight week, September 16th, Canelo versus Golovkin. Order it on HBO pay-per-view. HBO Boxing has episodes 1 and 2 of their face-off, Canelo Golovkin, before the fight. It's on their official YouTube account. Check it out if you have not seen it. And they also have a segment called Under the Lights. It's all on HBO's YouTube channel. Check it out, HBO Boxing. That'll help get you pumped. Also, subscribe to my channel for coverage this week and just talk. We're going to be talking about this. This is a big fight and I encourage all you guys to support it. Now, some crazy news I just read on ESPN. I will link in the description. Shout out to ESPN for the information. And according to the article, Golovkin, his wife, had a baby while he was in training camp, and he missed his baby's birth, obviously preparing for the Canelo fight. And I mean, Golovkin, you can tell by this article, he likes to keep boxing and his family life private, which I respect because I'm the same way. I keep my personal life private from my business life, so I respect that. You know what I mean? As a man, you know what I mean? What do people need to know your business for? That's how I look at it. So he's not airing out his dirty laundry, good or bad thing. You know what I mean? He wants to talk boxing, so I respect that. But ESPN has the information about it. And Golovkin says, I talk about just my business, my boxing, not my family. He says, because he was at the Dodgers game, and this is where they asked him that. He threw the first pitch. He said, my focus on boxing right now, but everything is good. So he didn't speak if like the name of his child or anything. He just said everything is good. He kept it short and simple. He says, I don't like to talk about my family. Let's talk about boxing. Give me 1 week. After a week, I am a different guy. Because he's fighting, you know what I mean, the biggest fight of his career against Canelo Alvarez. He goes on to say, boxing is my business. I'm a professional athlete. I have to give 100% attention to my boxing. It's a very dangerous sport. I understand this. I like my life, my family, but I can't relax until after the fight because boxing is too dangerous. Right? And I guess in the article, according to, I'm going to paraphrase, Abel Sanchez's trainer, he was asking, like, hey, are you going to be bothered? You're going to not be able to be there for your wife's birth? And Golovkin was talking about, regardless, he says, Coach, we have a fight coming up. The baby's going to be here whether I'm there or not. We have a fight coming up, and we're going to concentrate on the fight. He says, what happens when Abel asked him, hey, but what happens when the baby's born? He said, we'll take care of that later. Right now, the fight's coming up. Sanchez said Golovkin told him. Savage. Savage. Especially, not even just, I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? So I don't have any kids, but I've dated, and I guess that was his second child. So I want to say congratulations on a baby girl, a second kid. His wife gave birth. I didn't even know his wife was pregnant. You know what I mean? So that's how private Golovkin is. And like I said, I respect that. But aside from being there, this is why it's savage, is because if you know women, and in general, not to stereotype, but at least exes and stuff that I've had, they get mad when I travel so much for boxing to cover fights. So I can imagine if I was a boxer and I missed my child's birth, you know what I mean? Some people were like, oh, you can't be there for me. They would be like, oh, you can't find time. You know what I mean? Females do that to me for far lesser things. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you can't make time. You know what I mean? So Golovkin's a beast. He must really be in the zone. But I respect it. And there's a lot of great people that I looked up to. And that's kind of like the mindset. One of my favorite movies is an Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary. You know what I mean? It's one of my favorite documentaries or whatnot. Pumping Iron. It's a classic. Yeah, what are you doing? Killian, get these people. Yeah, get to the chopper. Yeah. You know what I mean? Classic Arnold Schwarzenegger. And Arnold was talking about, he was dropping a lot of gems in that movie. Again, if you're into fitness, you're into bodybuilding, or you just like Arnold and you want to watch a documentary, just check it out. But Arnold was dropping a lot of inspiration, and even if you don't want to be a bodybuilder yourself and things like that, some of the stuff he was saying was just gems in terms of life lessons, like mentalities, mindsets, strong-minded things, right? But what Arnold said, which reminds me of Golovkin here, is he said in there, he says one time, I think he was giving an example saying sometime he was training for Mr. Olympia or one of his big contests, and he says it doesn't matter what happens on the outside, I gotta have that tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? And he says I could be working out right now, and if someone said, hey Arnold, somebody crashed into your car, he says I can't worry about that right now. I gotta finish my sets, do what I gotta do, and then the insurance can deal with that later, right? And I think he even said he was training and his dad passed away and he didn't fly back home to be there. So I don't know if that's true or what, but that's what he said in the Pumping Iron. You know what I'm saying? He said his father passed away, and Arnold Schwarzenegger says he was in the middle of training and he couldn't be there. You know what I mean? He had to focus on that, not to sound selfish, but you know what I mean? He had to be in that zone because, I don't know, like I said, some people handle things differently. So maybe he knows himself. And Arnold, maybe if he would have went and visited his father and went to the funeral and stuff, maybe it would have had a bad effect on him. I don't know. So that's what Arnold said. That's my whole point. So Golovkin, he knows he has a big fight. His wife was pregnant, just delivered their baby. The baby's healthy. He has a second child, a baby girl with her, and he decided he had to focus. Now, it says in the article he missed the birth, but he did get to see his wife and his newborn and spend some time with them. So that's cool. Tomorrow they're out. He's going to be in Vegas, and I'm sure his family came out for that. But if it's a newborn, actually, I don't know, because if it's a newborn, they might have to stay at the hospital together. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't have any kids, but I know there's like you don't want to expose your baby to a bunch of elements when they're first born. So there's a certain hospitalization period before they get released. So I don't know, maybe his wife and his newborn might not make it to Vegas or to the fight in general. I don't know the situation. So props to Golovkin for, you know, just being a family man, and it sounds like he's locked in. And Abel Sanchez it sounded like he was concerned, and Golovkin's like, man, the baby's gonna be here regardless. We got to focus on this fight. And I'm sure he's thinking about it. You know what I mean? I don't think he's being selfish here. I think he just knows that what he's up against and stuff like that. So I don't want anyone, if he loses, I don't want people to make excuses like, oh, it's the baby, he knew. Like Tom Loeffler even said in this article, Gennady compartmentalizes everything. He's focused 100% on the fight, so he's not going to let anything distract him. Timing is always something that you're never quite sure about on something like that, but he's very private on that. He didn't really give us many details. All I know is he's 100% focused. So it doesn't sound like anything that anyone should panic on or worry about, because Golovkin himself is not worried about it. He knows everything's going to be taken care of. He's getting a wealthy, healthy paycheck, and he has a big fight. So it sounds like he's locked in. So salute to Golovkin. Let me know your thoughts, and really your thoughts on Golovkin's mindset. It sounds like he's in straight kill mode. But we're going to find out September 16th. I'm looking forward to a good fight, a real good fight. Drop your thoughts. Let me know if you've heard anything about Canelo. Let's get the discussion started, Boxingego style. Who are you picking? Why are you picking them? How does this fight end September 16th? Canelo versus Golovkin. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.